All right, on today's video, we're going to be learning a lot about proportion with the human face. So we've been doing practice tracing and stuff like that to kind of get our muscle memory down, but now we're really going to focus on and learn specific techniques of where each facial feature goes in comparison to other ones. So to start, the average height of a head, of a human head, when you're an adult and you're done growing, is around 8 inches. A normal piece of paper, if you put it in hot dog format, is 8.5 inches. So if we just make kind of like a little bit of a line, a little off the paper on both sides, maybe like here to here, leave a little extra room, you have around the size or length of an actual face. Before we go ahead and draw this oval shape, we're actually going to figure out how wide the head is. This, a lot of people will just draw this first, can end up kind of biting you in the butt later. So we're going to first make a line, and don't worry about a ruler. Just try to make a line straight down that connects both, okay? On this line, I want you to divide it into two, equally, that is. So try to find where you think the middle mark is. I feel like this is pretty good right about here. On this mark right here are your eyes. I'm gonna go now. You might be saying, why am I drawing the eye first? Reason being, you can actually fit 5 eyeballs across your head. In between both your eyes, you can actually fit a third eye, the Illuminati eye. So right here, just draw a generic eyeball shape. Don't make it too big, don't make it too small. If you want to, go ahead and you can fill in the pupil for like good measure, just because we're learning right now. The bottom of this line should be pretty close to the bottom of your eye. Put it a little high, that's okay. Like right there is generally where our eyes are. Now, on this side, I want to draw a second eye, which will actually be this person's real eye. When drawing eyes, don't make them too big. Some people are making eyeballs like this, okay? You don't want that, okay? So right about here, we will actually do the iris and the pupil on this one. Okay. Again, don't worry about super detail right now. And then what you can do is go ahead and draw very lightly, because this one doesn't actually exist. Draw another one to the left. Going over to the right, we're going to give a real eye right here. Again, iris, pupil. Okay, and then also your fifth one over here, very lightly, just so you have it. Now, what you can do from here is now we know the width of the head at its maximum point, which is right where your eyes go. So from the top of the head here, you can loop it around. Don't, beeline it or anything like that. And it might take a few tries to get it right, to figure out exactly the shape of the forehead. But go ahead, bend it around in kind of like a oval-esque shape to right there. And now, can take a little bit of time to kind of iron it out. But once you have it, that's the actual width of your head. We're going to do one more final part in this, and then we'll probably take a break. We are going to get the bottom done right here. So this very bottom line will be your chin. Depending on how defined the jawline is, you can take it up from here. And then we're going to start bringing it in from there. Again, everybody's jawline is very different, so feel free to make edits as you see fit. But now, actually have the most realistic shaped head we can get. All right, here's a good time to take a break. Go ahead and do that. I'm going to carry on, though, so you can feel free to pause this video, get caught up to here. All right, our next step is dividing the face further. We can divide, so the bottom half is here to here, right? I want to divide that in half, which is right about here, okay? Also want to divide the top in half, which is about here. All right, the bottom half is a slightly easier guess. Some people will go to lips, which is actually not true though. This bottom part right here, I'm gonna draw, narrow over, is nose. And not like the top of your nose or anything like that. This is literally the main ball of your nose. So you can actually take this line and literally just curve it a little bit, give it some nostrils, and you have a nose. When drawing a bridge, we kind of got into this. Don't connect it. Don't draw like a full shape. If you want to just give it a little bit of dimension like that, you're good to go. Below the nose, not really far at all. You can make these little marks right here to get to where the mouth is. You could also cut this and this in half right here. Now, you would think that would be the middle part of your lip. It's not. This line here, when you cut the nose and the chin, or divide it by half, is the bottom of your bottom lip. Okay? So to draw the top lip, we'll just kind of map it. We'll go more into lips in just a second. But there we have top lip, bottom lip. As a starter. We have more to go on this one in just a second. Let me go ahead and mark that as lip. And last but not least, up here in the very top is not your eyebrows. They're much closer to your eyes. It's not like wrinkles in the forehead if you're drawing, you know, old Mr. Barber. It's actually the hairline. You pretty much want to draw everybody as if they're bald first and then put hair on them later, because a lot of people tend to put hair above the head. Hair doesn't really go that far above your head. Your hair does not add to your height, generally speaking, unless you're wearing a ton of gel. So here's where you can kind of establish the hairline. Now this will dramatically change for everybody, again, especially depending on what kind of hair you have, but I'm just gonna draw, you know, just kind of like a short cut, little spiky or something like that. Bring the hair down to the sides. And see how I don't go too far above the thing. I'll try to actually, you know what I'll do a part right there. And you can draw individual strands if you want. We can do more hair detail later. But that's your hairline right about there. If you have bangs, you want to map the hairline, but then draw the bangs in individually. All right. This is our basic face. I guess if you want to, you can add a neck in. That should be pretty simple. Don't make it too wide. Don't make it too thin. Something about right here. No true rhyme or reason for neck. And then you're good to go. In our next video, we're going to break it down into a lot more detail of like mapping where the lip ends and the nose, that kind of stuff, like shape of these features. But now you know where the eyes are, where the nose is, the lip, and the hairline. All right, guys. See you around.